Your mission, Paramount, if you choose to accept it, is to create a steelbook for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 that matches all the other Mission Impossible steelbooks you just released. As always, should you mess up on this steelbook, Mega Mike the Movie Man will rant on all your actions. This video will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck. In today's physical media movie news topic video, I'm going to talk about how the Mission Impossible 7 steelbook was just announced and is terrible, and why Paramount seems to disregard the collector's mindset, and then ultimately how this impacts Paramount and collectors going forward. So let's talk about it. Now, first to talk about why this is a complete failure on Paramount's part. This new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 steelbook does not match any of the other Mission Impossible steelbooks that just came out. Would it have not been easy to use the same artist and keep the same similar design style? I mean, this one literally sticks out like a sore red thumb because it literally is a red steelbook. And the rest of these steelbooks that were just released were silver, and then had some cool action sequences going on the front. You could see the characters, you could see splashes of color in there. They really popped. And this one, look at this one. This one just kind of blends in the environment. There's some cool little intricate details if you look closely, but it doesn't pop out as much as the other ones. And regardless, it does not match the other ones in any way, shape, or form. We can even keep it the same silver background. To me, Paramount, what were you thinking here? What is going on with this steelbook? And in general, let's disregard the other steelbooks, if we will, and just look at this design by itself. Once again, it's fine, but it's nothing special. It doesn't catch my attention. It doesn't pop up on the shelf. I mean, it's just nothing unique when Paramount really could do something super special to really sell this steelbook here. It just seems like the least amount of effort you could put into it, at least to me. Once again, it's not terrible, but it's just not great, and it definitely doesn't match. Now to talk about the real issues here and the problem that now collectors have that picked up these other steelbooks. And I do feel bad for the collectors out there that got those, because even though, once again, pretty cool looking steelbooks on 1 through 6, this 7th one, if they pick it up, will not match at all on the shelf. That is going to be an eyesore. It's not going to flow. And to me, that'd be so irritating if I did pick up those steelbooks. And I'm glad I didn't, because I was considering them. I'm just glad I went with the box set and got my fill that way. But if I got the rest of the steelbooks and paid overpriced, in my opinion, for over movies, I mean, some of those steelbooks were going for, what, mid to high 20s? Pretty expensive for older titles, but once again, would have looked cool on the shelf if all of them match, but the 7th one just throws everybody off here that collected these original steelbooks. I mean, I could imagine paying, once again, close to $30 for each of those steelbooks as we go. I mean, what, 30 times 6 right there? That is so expensive. You add in the 7th one, which you know is going to be 30 plus here, probably close to 40. I mean, oh my goodness, that is a lot for the steelbooks not even to match on the shelf. To me, that is just ridiculous. Does Paramount not have a collector's mindset out there? Anybody working with them that are doing these physical media releases feels like it would have been so easy just to keep the flow going, keep the same artist, whatever it might have been. But did nobody catch this at Paramount, or do they just not care? You'd think they would care because they would want to sell a lot of these physical media copies to get a little bit of money out of there. But really, come on. What collector is going to want these on the shelf not matching? That to me is just so bizarre. And it's not like they announced the 7th one beforehand so you could make an informed decision. If people were collecting the other ones, they just got now newly shocked and surprised by this new announcement, looking way completely different, just throwing off everything from a collecting point of view. And my heart goes out to those collectors that already collected those steelbooks that are now being impacted by this. To me, it's an irritation that Paramount could have easily avoided. Paramount should have known better by now, because they've done good releases before, just don't know why they're slacking here. Now to talk about the future of Paramount and collecting and these Mission Impossible steelbooks going forward. What can we expect from Paramount now? Can we trust them at all? I know I can't really trust them anymore. And what are we going to do with Dead Reckoning Part 2? Is that even going to match Dead Reckoning Part 1? It's just going to throw everything off even more. If they do a different style there, could you imagine that? Way inconsistencies there. Can we go back to the old style now? No, because now that's going to throw off Dead Reckoning Part 1, and then that would look really odd with that being the only one that looks different. So now that we're kind of trapped in this Part 2 scenario, what do we do here, Paramount? Well, Paramount doesn't seem to care, so they're probably going to release whatever they want. I'd be surprised if it even matches Part 1 at this point. At least do that. That would be something, but come on. I would love to see that they re-release Part 1 to match the other silver looking steelbooks with that similar design, and then they do a Dead Reckoning Part 2 to match all of those, so they do look similar on the shelf. But do I think they will do that? Slight possibility. How long will that take? Who knows? Because Paramount plays these games with collectors. They'll release something on a Steelbook Blu-ray, then they'll release the Steelbook 4K and a 4K slipcover and all these in between at different times, just so a collector will buy more of one of their favorite movies. So I don't want to see a ton of re-releases here, but you know that Paramount's game, so I could easily see them doing that. Hey, let's see who is a sucker for these $40 steelbooks up front here that doesn't match the other set, and then we'll just release one matching the other set later on, and then you gotta double dip with it, right? I just feel Paramount is going to do something shady like that. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 steelbook? Do you like the design? Are you mad that it doesn't match the other steelbooks? Does that affect you at all? Have you been collecting these movies? So let's have these fun movie conversations down below. And if you love collecting physical media just like me, make sure you subscribe right now. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
What more can I say?
And if you enjoy these physical media topics, check out another one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.